Multicast is on.
Stupid phone is like totally acting up. Okay. Oh, can you fix it? There we go. We just made everybody dizzy, huh?
Alrighty then, that's fun. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Always keeping it entertaining here with the docs. It's always an adventure. Oh my gosh.
We are on spinny chairs, so, we like to keep things fun.
What's up, Lindy? Great to see you on here. Lisa, great to see you. Andrea, happy Sunday to you. Brentley, what's up, brother? Great to see you on here. Stacy, welcome, welcome. Jennifer, good to see you. Cheryl, Teddy, Adam, Zemi. Oh, that's all right. That's just YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. You're not as important as Facebook, so.
All right.
Oh, dude, good fun.
So who is excited about CBD? Give me a leaf comment. We don't have the appropriate, hemp leaf in the emojis, but give me a leaf down in the comments section.
Who's already using CBD too?
Well, that's a better question.
Fun to know who's already. I've been so surprised over the last week or so. So many people that I had no idea were already benefiting from CBD, whether it's the oil or a cream or whatever. And so that's been a very pleasant surprise. I had no idea that so many of the people in our network were already kind of tuned into that conversation. So very, very cool.
What's crazy is that I've always had mixed emotions on it. When it first started coming on the scene, I was like, well, I'm a Christian, so I don't want to use that. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. God made the plant, and there's medicinal purposes for it, just like there are for cinnamon and a lot of other herbs that have been being used for thousands of years. So that's kind of a naive approach to it. And then I had somebody say that to me the other day. Well, I'm a Christian, so I can't use that. And I got a thought in my head, and I'm like, have you ever eaten a poppy seed muffin? And they're like, yeah. I said, well, why on earth are you consuming poppy seeds if those create opioids? They're like, oh, it's the same thing. So
and more importantly, right, like people go to the doctor. It's really fascinating what we do to ourselves mentally and how we allow things that seem like they're normal to just hijack us. And it is Sunday, and I'm not going to turn this into a Bible session, but maybe just for a second. Listen, folks, so Romans 12:2 tells us not to conform to the ways of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. So we're called to be thinkers, okay? You know that most of your pharmaceuticals that get prescribed by your doctors are derived from plants, okay? And isn't it funny that those particular derivatives have to be highly regulated? That's why they have to go through approvals, usually stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. You think about the pharma industry and the things that are being prescribed by doctors and how incredibly regulated those things have to be because there's a high risk of negative adverse side effects. But many of the base components of most of our pharmaceuticals come from plants, okay? So we're really not deviating at all within this conversation of CBD from things that people don't even think twice about because they go to a guy with letters behind his last name who went to school. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on our doctors, thank God.
We've got a lot of them on our team.
Yeah, and we love, and again, we all of us value, I think we can agree on that, right? All of us value the medical profession, but it's just hilarious how so many people get into this mindset of we don't question a single thing a doctor might prescribe to us, but yet something that has a context that maybe is outside our norm a little bit, and now all of a sudden, it's viewed as taboo or it's faux pas, or we've got to be highly cynical about it. And so it's just amazing how important mindset is in all things in life, right?
Absolutely. So the title of today is What did you say it was?
CBD 2.0.
Oh, that's right. Please explain that to everybody.
CBD 2.0. So again, very interesting, right? The topic of CBD is nothing new. I wouldn't necessarily say it's 100% mainstream in terms of the usage, the adoption by the masses, but it's not something that many people find themselves having never heard of. I think all of us, whether we're using CBD or whether we are fully aware of the wellness benefits of CBD, I think just about everybody's heard of CBD. And so for Jolene and I, as we started to kind of pursue a crash course master's degree in CBD, now that our primary source of income, our livelihood, is now bringing us into this CBD conversation, we're starting to learn a lot of great things about this product category, about the other products that are on the market. And, we've been kind of having fun the last few days saying, hey, guess what? This is what we're about to launch is not your grandmother's CBD. Again, there are a lot of CBD products on the market. And I love what our founder and CEO says, that we're not necessarily always going to be the first to market, but we will always be the best in the market, right? And so CBD 2.0 simply means that we're now going to be able to raise the bar in the CBD category the same way we have already in other facets of wellness and nutrition, folks. We've got some things that the other products in the marketplace do not have, will not have not had, and so we're going to see better results from our CBD product. Why? Well, first of all, it starts with the delivery. That's what, we're built on a foundation of liposomal delivery. Our CBD product will not be any different. And so right out of the gates, what separates traditional supplements from our supplements? It's our liposomal delivery, okay? But that's only one of the things. How about this? How about the fact that we will be, as best we can tell from our preliminary research, the only CBD product on the market that's backed by an independent validation and certified that it will register 0.0% THC. That, my friends, is a really, really, really big deal.
Huge. Absolutely massive. When people, because we're getting this call a lot, they're saying, well, what makes us different? What makes us different? When Ryan and I got started with the company that we're with, the thing that was different was the leadership. It was Dallin Larson. And when people say, well, what makes your CBD different? Oh, guess what? It's still Dallin Larson. See, while there are a lot of CBD companies out there, there's only one Dallin Larson. And he has a tremendous track record in business. He's never missed a paycheck out to any of his distributors. So if you're going to hook your wagon, if you will, or cart to a vehicle, then you want to do that with somebody who has a proven track record.
Yeah, track record is valuable when we're having this conversation. I mean, think about it for a minute, right? The past is never a guarantee of the future, but it's a very, very good indicator. A man who's already built 2 previous wellness companies to over $1 billion each, you can deduce accurately a lot of very valuable components in your decision making, right? You don't create billion-dollar wellness companies by cutting corners, first of all, right? The other thing that I think is valuable for people to literally apply some common sense to, this guy had everything to lose and nothing to gain for coming out of retirement and starting a business, because he doesn't need the fruits of a business in his life anymore. He doesn't need money, okay? He's done in that category. So for him, this is all about impact. And so when you're going to put your own money and your own reputation and your track record on the line, you are not going to settle at all. You're not going to compromise. You're not going to cut corners. And obviously, he's got a 30-year track record and an incredible understanding of how to be better than average, because billion-dollar companies don't happen very often, and he's done it twice. And so if we enter any product category at all, you can be rest assured that we have something in our possession that gives us the ability to be better than average, or we won't even go there to begin with.
So if you haven't met our president of North America, then you're in for a treat in the respect that that man doesn't know how to play for second place. So when you couple that with the proven track record of Dallin, and then you partner that and couple that with a guy who won't ever settle for second place, it is going to be the best in the space.
There's a lot of things, by the way. Let me touch on one other thing, right? Because when you get a product category that's starting to emerge and transition from kind of a cottage subculture type of a context into the mainstream, all right? Growth isn't always a good thing if you don't know how to be equipped for it, right? Scalability in the supply chain. We're talking
Massive.
high level entrepreneurship here, but common sense, right? Listen, more companies have imploded themselves on the backs of momentum than you would probably recognize. I mean, it's crazy, but when you don't have a track record of understanding how to scale a business, just because you have a product in a category that's starting to explode isn't necessarily always a good thing. And so that's the other thing that I love about where we sit, right? Is again, we're in a position to really benefit from the track record of who we're in business with, to source not only the finest, to have standards that we can maintain in terms of the consistency of our product, the quality of the ingredients, the quality control, the quality assurance, the manufacturing process, and then again, scalability in the supply chain. Folks, that's a big, big, big deal. I would hate for anybody to think that they're excited to catch this oncoming wave of what CBD can do in the wellness community, and then end up with a company that couldn't handle the growth, couldn't sustain the growth because they didn't understand the back-end components of running a business like supply chain management is a really, really, really big deal. And so it's just nice to know that we're in such good hands with operators of a company that have a track record where we're not going to get more demand than we can supply.
So how can, because you brought up the question and we posted it, the third question is, how can this audience really capitalize and have their financial breakthrough right now?
Yeah, so there's a couple things, right? I think that at the end of the day, again, getting positioned, all right? And so there's a couple neat things as we're on the forefront of this.
In the next 2 weeks?
In the next 2 weeks, you can get positioned for not a single dime, right? You can get yourself plugged into our platform with Paseo for free, okay? That's a promotion that is on from now until the end of the year.
That's a Merry Christmas to you.
Now, while our CBD product won't launch until the third week in January, you can at least get positioned and you have zero risk, right? Because this is going to create a tidal wave. Listen, it's funny all the conversations that we've been having. Folks, we are now $100 million per year company, by the way. You want to know what else makes us different? There's a good place to start. We're already a $100 million per year company inside of 2 years. We have not even been in business for 2 years. Yes, we have operators with a 30-year track record. Our founder and CEO has got 3 decades of massive success, but at the end of the day, it still takes time to grow a business. And so the fact that we're at a run rate of doing over $100 million per year in revenue is also a really good indicator that this is probably not your CBD 1.0, but rather CBD 2.0. So how do you capitalize? You get in now. You get in on the front end of this. You start reaching out to people in your sphere of influence and find out who's already tuned into this conversation or who would like to learn more. And for those that are already tuned into a CBD conversation and maybe using CBD, ask them if they've heard of CBD 2.0. We really want you guys to harness the impact you can garner from the CBD 2.0 dialogue, because this is the next iteration of CBD, folks. If it's not in a liposome, it's not as usable by your body. I talked to a good friend earlier today who's very familiar with CBD. He's used CBD quite a bit, and he goes, I stopped using it because the concentration for what, and this is just like many other supplements, right? This will be valuable for a lot of you. This is from somebody who I know, I've known for many years, and he said that he's a prior Navy SEAL, and he said, listen, the intensity of the concentration for almost every CBD product that I've tried, and I've researched all of them, is so over the top that there's actually negative elements of it. You're having to put so much of it in your body to get it to do anything, and your body doesn't know what to do with that level of concentration, so the excess causes other problems inside the body. And so just like we have harnessed the ability to revolutionize other categories of wellness and nutrition because of our liposomal delivery, we're going to do the same thing with CBD, folks. And so people are going to see more benefit for their dollar, first of all, because the body's actually getting to utilize at the cellular level what's going to be in our CBD product, right? And so that's significant. And then again, we don't have to over-concentrate it, folks. We don't have to overly bombard the body, because like many other ingredients, if only a small percentage of CBD is typically absorbable at the cellular level. And in order to get enough of it into the cells, you've got to literally just overly saturate the body with it. That's not always a good thing. And so we're going to have the benefit of our liposomal products in the CBD arena being, something that can deliver like they're supposed to. So
now, something else that's happening in the next 2 weeks that is going to expire on December 31st. While you do get to join our company absolutely for free right now, what you get the opportunity to capitalize on right now that you lose December 31st at midnight is being able to participate in an additional 2% global pool. Now, go ahead.
Well, and again, so you hear the number 2%, and that might sound like it's really easy to dismiss because that seems like such a small number. Well, folks, listen. Again, the track record of the people we're in business with is that both prior companies became billion-dollar per year companies. And we're already at $100 million per year run rate after less than 2 years. And so you don't build billion-dollar businesses on accident. You don't accomplish that by getting lucky. And that's exactly where our current company, Deseo, is headed. Okay, and so when you start to think about 2%, but of a billion-dollar per year business, folks, you're talking about a set-aside bonus pool with $20 million per year being fed into that bonus pool. And even if there are thousands of people participating in that particular bonus pool, you're still talking about, again, for the same steps you would take to build your business anyway, you're still talking about an extra, potentially up to $100,000 a year in extra bonus money for the same work you were already going to do anyway, and sharing this message and getting out there and building a business and making other people aware of these incredible products like the CBD 2.0 product we're about to launch. And so that's a big deal, and that goes away at the end of the year. Your ability to have access to that bonus pool, to be able to qualify for it, that's gone forever at the end of the year. And so if you're excited about CBD, or if you know people in your world who are really, really fired up about the opportunity to build a business around CBD, here's what's important. Help them understand that this is CBD 2.0. Why? Because we're partnered with a guy, Alan Larson, first of all. So this is not just another, oh man, but there's lots of CBD network marketing companies out there. Well, there's a few, but they don't have Alan Larson. Okay, there's a few, but they didn't just accomplish hitting the $100 million per year run rate in less than 2 years. Okay, they don't have a Daniel Pichu as their president, right? They don't have a comp plan that pays out 9 different ways, right? With a 28
until December 31st. Then it goes back down to 8 ways.
With a $28,000 a week binary and a 7-generation unilevel with dynamic compression, right? You've got to continue to make sure you're filtering everything through the 5-star opportunity that we have. So now we have yet another 5-star caliber product to put into our 5-star platform, right? So what do we have? We have a 5-star platform. And so now we get the chance to add CBD to the arsenal of our 5-star platform. Yes, our CBD in and of itself will be a 5-star product, but products are only one of the 5 components you need to build an epic business. And so if you want an epic lifestyle that is facilitated by residual income, legacy residual income, where you can do, you can build your business today, and what you do today, you can will it to your kids and to your grandkids. Well, folks, that's another reason why we're really talking CBD 2.0. So start reaching out to the people that you know out there, and if they're excited about this particular product category, this is where you want to make sure that they're aware of this window of opportunity. If they felt like they would love to plug into a CBD-driven business anyway, especially one that's got CBD 2.0, the next iteration, the next upgrade in the CBD product category, well, this is where you want to help them understand that they can also upgrade the financial component by putting themselves in position to be able to share in this Go for Gold bonus pool.
So how are you going to capitalize on this for you, right? Here's where you are going to simply reach out to everybody that's in your cell phone, and you're going to send them this text message. Hey, so-and-so. Put their name in it, make it personal. Remember, they're in your cell phone, so they know you. I have a question for you. Are you currently using CBD? And leave it at that and wait for them to respond. You can actually reach out in Messenger to every single person that you're connected to in the United States on Facebook and ask them that question. That doesn't mean putting your link. That doesn't mean spam them. It simply means, hey, so-and-so, got a quick question for you. Are you currently using CBD? and find out, see how they respond, and they will tell you how to respond back and be human back to them to get the conversation going. But if you have anybody that responds back in a positive, excited way to launch their own CBD business in 2019 and really capitalize on that opportunity, then they need to understand they need to come in on the Go for Gold pack. There is absolutely no CBD in our Go for Gold packs. That product will not be released until the third week in January. But what they are purchasing with that is a business that will enable them to participate in a 5% global pool instead of a 3% global pool, because they get an extra 2% with the purchase of that pack. So don't be shy. Ryan and I are thrilled and excited that so many people that we didn't even know are using CBD already. And as soon as they found out that we were launching our own, because of the delivery mechanism of the science that we have backing up our products, they are over the moon. So get out there, be brassy, be bold, and get the word out.
It's on, folks. I will tell you this before we depart. One little history lesson, right? Again, we can benefit from history. And so our founder and CEO, Dallin Larson, it's interesting. His second company, the one prior to the SEO, became the fastest company ever to $1 billion. Okay, they did it in less than 3.5 years. They went from zero as a brand new startup, and they crossed the $1 billion threshold in less than 3.5 years. And here's the epiphany that I've kind of had over the last couple of days. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago if what I was most excited about for looking at 2019 in our business had anything to do with CBD, I would have laughed at you. I'm just telling you, I would have. Now, would I believe that 2019 was going to be a breakthrough year? Yes, because we already have momentum. We already have all of the makings of momentum. But here's where the light bulb went off for me. It's interesting in his prior company. They went from having done less than $100 million in their first season, okay, then achieved over $1 billion by the end of 3.5 years. They had a similar circumstance that I realize we now have. The conversation of antioxidants was just then starting to explode. Already, it's a conversation that was.
It was on CBS. It was on NBC.
Right.
It was on the Dr. Oz show. It was all over the place.
It was a conversation that, with or without us, was already blossoming into the mainstream. The conversation of antioxidants, and you know what I realized? You can't hide from CBD, folks. The conversation of CBD is everywhere. It's blossoming with or without us. That is the making of massive momentum. When you can put a conversation and kind of commandeer that conversation, because you're going to do it better, because you have something unique to bring to the conversation that no one else will have, and it's going to improve the viability of the benefits of that conversation that people are already having, folks, that is a game changer. And like I said, I never would imagine I'd be sitting here 2 weeks ago and that this would be a focal point of something we'd be talking about in our business. But the light bulb has gone off for me, and I am now, even with our sleep product, losing sleep. Because we saw what happened last time, that this founder and this leadership and this group of people and this visionary and those with a dream found themselves kind of positioned with a timing scenario like this, folks. And so it's about to happen again. And so now's the time, really. Now's the time to be reaching out. And again, we were already headed there without this, and I had no idea that this topic of CBD was going to be such a significant addition to the arsenal that we have. But it is. I'm fired up, and so let's go get them, guys and gals.
Have an amazing day. Hit the phone. Even though it's Sunday, hit the phone. Capitalize on the last 2 weeks of this year. Get as many people in that global bonus pool as possible. They will be thanking you in 2019.
All right, guys and gals, we love you, believe in you. God bless you, and remember this, you're just a couple relationships away from your dreams coming true. We're here to help.
Thank you for dominating that. That was excellent. No, that's good, because you were on fire. You were amazing. I don't know, just the way that you were communicating and articulating, and yeah, you were really, really, really good.